All right, so here we are. Got these four-legged IC chips all ashed up. I did get some rain, so there's a couple of them that aren't done all the way. I had to take this off because I had a stainless steel bowl on top of it, and the edges were exposed, so I didn't want this to collect a bunch of water and just turn this into a big mess. So I'm going to put these in the mill tonight, and we'll put them back on the heat tomorrow. Probably use a torch just to finish them off. All right, so I'll let this run overnight, see what they look like in the morning. So this is day one after the ball mill. Like I said, I had a couple of them that weren't ashed as thoroughly as I wanted, but I'll go ahead and siphon this out and start putting the torch to it. Start ashing that last bit that I wasn't able to get last night. We'll start it off on the fire, what little is left of it, and yeah, hit the rest up with the torch if we don't ash them. To be careful if you use these. What I've noticed from the pan is that this steel heats up here, and then it burns the inside of this wood, and this gets kind of loose. So don't put too much faith on this wood handle. I think what I'm going to do before anything catastrophic happens, like I pick it up and all of them dump out into the fire pit, is I'm going to see, this looks like it's pretty close to 1-inch gas pipe, and I might put a little nipple on here to extend that out with maybe a coupling at the end, so I can put, screw another piece to it that's not on the fire, and that black pipe I won't have to worry about falling off, and then I could just drill it right into these existing holes. So, but the overall pan is pretty well, it's pretty thick. I want to say it's carbon steel. and it's doing a phenomenal job. So even yesterday, like when I used the stainless steel pot, the smoke is following me here. When I used to use the stainless steel pot, you could just hear it pop and ping, and from warping, and I don't have that problem with this so far. All right, so we made it. We got everything ashed, we got everything gravity separated. It's looking really nice. So there is a couple of things that I have to make note. There is some aluminum in there, but I believe there's some silver on top of the aluminum, which I could be wrong, because I know the melting point to get silver to melt would pretty much crisp that aluminum. So I could be wrong there. We just have to be careful when we go into the aqua regia state. We might just do a hydrochloric bath before, just to eliminate all the aluminum, dump all that out, and then do aqua regia. I don't want to do that before, because I don't want to heavily rinse this with distilled water to clean it up, so we don't make silver chloride in this process, because I have a good feeling that we're going to get a decent amount of silver off of this. Alright, so let's get started on this here. I've got 150 mils of nitric. I've got 200 mils of distilled water. So I'm not going to go put all of that in at once. I will put 100, so we have a 3-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio, excuse me, with our nitric to distilled. Because we have quite a bit of base metals here to eliminate, as you can see. Let's get that underneath the fume hood here. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, we probably got 60 left. All right, let's let this do its thing. Oh boy, that might have been a little excessive. We're gonna go like this, just in case. All right. Just kidding. I'd say that's probably another 200 mil. So, all right, we'll let that be. We'll come back and check that out here in a minute. All right, just in case you're interested to see if that boiled over or not, it calmed down. Let's see, I'll get you a close up. There you go. So we're good to go. All right, after seeing that our reaction is under control, I added some heat. Almost a disaster. Let's see, how close did we get? Yeah, we got pretty close to the top. Flirting with danger. All right, so I'm thinking there was a little bit of iron in there with that, at least to get that color. What are your thoughts? It's definitely not green like copper. All right, so let's go ahead and slowly pour this off. So we got a long ways to go. And let's see if we can get some of that stuff off of the sides before we introduce nitric. There we go. So I got my heat on right now. I'm going to let that reaction start to die down just a little bit before, as you can see, we got a really good reaction. And it's starting to pick out a greenish hue there. We might actually start to be hitting some copper. All right, we're back to make some headway on our four-sided IC chips. So I've got all of the base metals. Well, I'm going to do one more nitric boil just to verify. But this is what we're looking at here. So hold on, I want to do something for you. I think you'll like it. Hold on here. Look at it. Oh, yeah, buddy. All right, here we go with our last nitric boil. I imagine we're not going to pick up too much color. I did rinse it quite a bit. There is still some gray matter in there. I imagine that's just from the ashing process. But you can see it settled down pretty quickly. All right, let's let that go on heat. We'll see if we have any reaction. If not, we'll save that for another boil. Hand mode here. Now, this has taken over a day to filter. There's a lot of that brown material in there that's pretty nasty. You can see it built up on the edge there. And I still have this to filter too. But I think I'm going to run this filter through some hydrochloric after I rinse it, just to verify that we didn't have any gold that was taken with it, because that stuff is really thick. And I would hate to lose some gold in there and just throw that out. Let's do a little test. This is the pre-filtered stuff, so it has not been filtered. Let's test for some silver. I don't know. I didn't see too much of a reaction there, so we might be a little out of luck with the silver. But it looks like we've got plenty of gold. All right, let's see here. See what we got. Ooh, I'm thinking that is rather clear. Oh, no, I want to keep that. Got this special beaker out here just for this stuff, because I want to filter it, but both of my my filters are going to be utilized right now, and this is definitely going to have to be filtered before we try to use this with anything, just with the color of it. But I don't see any green, or I don't see any blue, so I think we got all the base metals out of there. All right, spin this around for you. Actually, I'll bring it back here when I get the pieces out. So I just want to do a couple of rinses here with some distilled water. I want to try to get, just in case there was any base metals, maybe some silver that would have showed up clear. If that showed up in there, make sure we get that out of there. And third time is the charm. Ooh. Look at it all. All right, I'm getting really excited here. All right, I would say we don't need that piece in there. Put that in the filter, just in case there's a little bit of gold on there. I still plan on going after the filter. Like I was saying, there's this real thick brown goo that was in this stuff. I've yet to figure out what that is. Now, I've had a couple of people tell me that if it's rust, You just have to put some more nitric in there, and the nitric will dissolve it. But I don't think that's the case because, well, meaning I don't think it's rust, because the more nitric I put in there, nothing really happens to it. So, still have no idea what it is, and it's a pain in the rear to filter. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, go ahead and rinse some of this stuff off the sides. Using my HCl bottle, which works excellent. So we're not putting any extra distilled water in there. And I hear a reaction right off the bat. So I imagine there's still some aluminum in there. So I'm actually going to just dump a little bit in. There we go. And we'll see what happens here. I'm going to put you in hand mode for a second. Alright, well, maybe there was just a little bit left. I don't see any bubbles. I really don't see any reaction whatsoever. So let's move forward with this. Okay, let's add a little bit of nitric. See if we can get a good color combo going here. And I don't know how much I'm going to add. Well, I can imagine. We'll start with 6, and we'll go from there if need be. I'm not sure how much that's going to bring. It looks like a lot. I hope it's a lot. That'd be sweet. I mean, that's best for both of us. And the more we get, the more you guys get, right? Right. Toss that on the heat for a little bit. So my when I'm filtering this out next go around, obviously this is going to be just the first drop. So yeah, the beaker's dirty. Once I get it into the clean flask, I'll scrub this beaker. We'll pour it back into it, drop it, and then we'll drop it we'll drop it again. So let's see here. I'll zoom you in. Look at that. Got a nice reaction right off the bat. Ooh, gold going into solution. I'll take that. Alright, well, let's let that do its thing and come and get that gold here in a little bit. Let's see what a little bit more nitric will do. Yeah, I'd say we got a reaction. Alright, we'll put those in there. See what happens. I think I am going to stir it quick, though. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need to. Sweet. Alright, well, let's let it keep doing its thing. Alright, so let's check this out here. So I want to see if we've got all the gold. Solution is still hot, so I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of nitric yet, just to see if we get any reaction going on. Well, I think I see a little bit more bubbling going on, so I imagine that is a yes. So I'll put a little bit more nitric in. You know, all this nitric, that's a good sign. So this will be 12 milliliters so far. Stir that up a little bit. Maybe there's some gold underneath that's hidden. We definitely still have gold going into solution. There's no question about that. All right. Let's take a peek here. I think I'm going to put a little bit more hydrochloric in here. It looks like it's getting pretty saturated. I want to see what that color looks like too. It's pretty dark. I imagine that's still some of that that black and gray substance that's in there. Leftover plastics. But it looks I don't see like a green or bluish tint. So I imagine we got the most of the base metals out. I imagine it's not 24 karat gold that we're dissolving right now, so I imagine there's a little bit of base metals that will be taken out of there. But it's looking pretty good. So let's put that back on the heat. Well, actually it's 10:30 now. So I'm going to take the heat off of this and just let the heat of the plate take care of that overnight. And we'll do a quick test again in the morning here. Reheat the solution up, get it up to temperature, introduce a little bit more nitric. If we still have reaction, we'll let it keep doing its thing. If not, I'll go ahead and put a little bit of sulfamic in there since it's nice and warm. A little bit of sulfuric acid. Make sure we drop any lead that's possibly in there. And then go ahead and filter it out. Alright, in goes the sulfuric. See if we have any precipitate. Well, I didn't see anything. We'll give it a stir just so we make sure we get a good reaction. Alright, now for a little bit of sulfamic. So we know we're going to have a reaction here because I just put a couple milliliters of nitric in. Alright, in it goes. Alright, I'd say time to filter. Alright, let's filter this gold solution out. I just got one filter in there right now. I don't think we need too many of them. The solution doesn't look terrible. Actually, it looks really nice. Look at that. Not too shabby. Alright, let me go clean that beaker and we'll drop this gold. Alright, first filtration is done. Let's see what we got here. See if we need another one. Alright, how's it look? How does it look? It looks hazy. We need another go around. Alright, let me rinse this off quick. Alright, we got a new filter in. I didn't want any of that stuff to get drawn back with it, because I think some of that stuff is really fine. There we go. We might have to hit it up one more time, just so we can pack this nice clean new filter. make sure we're getting everything in there. All right, let's check out number 2 filter. Hold on. Gloves are taking a little bit longer to get on. Hey, that looks much better. I think we can go one more. What do you think? What do you think? Just one more? Ah, why not? We're this far already. Let's plug this back in. And let her rip. Alright, third time's the charm. See if we can get every last little bit of gold out of this beaker. Filter it out. You know, I'm really shocked at that color. I thought that was going to be much greener. That's like typical aqua regia stuff right there. I like it. And this right here is going to conclude part 1. There we go. Part 1. Turned out pretty good. Oh, and I got my light. And the eyes are kind of tripping me out with that white ring in there. It's like, that's supposed to be black, but it's white. So, I think it does a little better job of illuminating, though. At least keeping the shadow off or whatnot. But anyways, had a great time with this refining. Just want to do a shout out to the subscriber who sent this stuff in. So we're going to wrap this up. I should have it cleaned up by today and dried out at least by tomorrow. So we should be good there. I've got a couple of other ideas I want to do too. I'm not sure if it's going to be good for this one. We may need to do a separate video for that. Because one of the... I've been working on a video for, it's going to be sulfuric stripping again, or not sulfuric stripping. It's going to be sulfuric and nitric stripping some really big silver coated items I got. And I kind of had an idea just rethinking about the last one. So I pretty much had to toss that not toss that sulfuric acid out, obviously. But it didn't do what I wanted to do. So I was just going to like use it for, you know, cleaning borax and stuff like that off of there. But maybe I'll put a post or a poll up or something. We can get an idea of what you guys would like to see. So, hey, I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend. It's beautiful weather. We don't have any rain or anything like that going on. So, and it's going to be some good time. I can get caught up on my refinings. So hopefully I can get a couple of those tied up, ready for next week, so we can get you guys some videos. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.